Are you thinking of starting a business but wondering what's so special about you and what's going to make you a success? Perhaps you worry that there are a million other people out there seemingly doing what you want to do, and you worry whether you actually have what it takes to succeed. If so, this week's episode is for you. I'm Siobhan Barnes, founder of the Neon Life Society, and this week I'm going to talk to you about step number 3 in starting the right business for you. If you missed videos 1 and 2, make sure you click below and check out those videos first and come back to this video. So this video and this step is about figuring out your zone of genius. You know, I don't believe in competition. I think that there is more than enough to go around and that there are many different people who can actually do what you do, and that's perfectly okay. Why? Because nobody can do what you do the way that you do it, and by default, people are going to be attracted to people that they get and people that they are attracted to. And so it doesn't really matter that there might be 5 other people in your town doing the same thing. You're going to have a unique spin to it. You're going to have a different brand. You're going to have a different way of doing things. And that's perfectly okay. You know, think about the brands out there. For example, for sportswear. You know, I actually am a big fan of Lululemon. I love Gap Body. I love Nike. I love Under Armour. There's a lot of different brands that I like. And I don't think to myself that I'm only going to go with Lululemon or I'm only going to go with Nike. I'm really happy about the fact that there's lots of different options for me. As a consumer, I get that. But on the same time, you know, these different guys, Lululemon, Nike, Under Armour, you know, they've done their work to position themselves as the expert in that particular area. And that's perfectly okay. There's more than enough to go around. And so I encourage you to think about your business in this mindset. And really, instead of worrying about what everybody else is doing and worrying about how many other people are starting a business that you are thinking about starting, I would go back to you and ask yourself, what is your zone of genius? What are your strengths? What are your talents? What are your gifts? What makes you uniquely you? And you can do this by looking back on your past. You can do this by asking friends and colleagues for feedback on those strengths. And then you want to make sure that you feel rock solid in your abilities and the abilities that you are, more importantly, going to bring and translate into your business. Then you want to look at your passions and make sure that within that zone of genius and those strengths of yours, you're also bringing those passions of yours and those interests that you naturally like to be reading or looking at on the weekend. Because when you combine those two, then you're really getting into the zone of your zone of genius, because you're combining your strengths and your particular passions. And that's when things start to get a bit interesting, and that's what you can bring to your brand in future. And that's what's going to differentiate you from the competition. Third, you actually want to look at your values. You know, what is important to you? When you get to starting a business and you get to branding, you'll look at your business values, you'll look at your mission statement, you'll look at your brand values, and people will inherently pick up on that. And so it's important to think about what values are important to you. Is freedom important to you? Is flexibility important to you? Is creativity important to you? Get clear on what values are of importance to you in your business, because that will attract the clients in future that also have those same values as you do. And when you combine that, your strengths and gifts with your passions and your values, that's really when you're going to find your unique zone of genius. So I want to hear from you. Are you clear on what your strengths are and your passions and your values? If so, share them with me in the comments below. And if you're not, let me know where and in which particular area you're struggling, so I can create some more videos to help you in that area. And I want to hear from you. What do you think your unique zone of genius is after you take into consideration your passions, your values, and your strengths? Sorry, I did that the wrong way there. And let me know. Leave a comment, and I can't wait to continue the conversation over there. Keep going for that business dream of yours. There is nobody in the world who can do what you do the way that you do it. And you are on this beautiful journey of figuring that out for yourself. And I am here to support you. I wish you a beautiful week. And in the meantime, leave a comment below.